Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be focusing on answering a question that I'm often asked by people who connect with me on LinkedIn. And I will try to provide you with an action plan or maybe some practical tips that you can also use yourself. So the question that I'm often asked, or one that I was recently asked, was, can you study and pass the CFA Level 1 exam with 2 months of preparation? Although I don't really recommend it, I do think that you can still be able to pass the CFA Level 1 exam with 2 months of preparation. In this case, I don't think it's about how much you're studying. I don't think it's about how many readings you're doing. I think it's more about working smartly. I also know people that passed the exam with 2 months of preparation, some even with 1 month of preparation. And so I think it's really about luck sometimes, but it's also about how smartly you are able to execute your plan. And so I will share with you this action plan that I think might work. And then you can also let me know in the comments below if it's something that you have tried, if it has worked or not. So when it comes to literally preparing for the exam with 2 months remaining, I think the first thing that you want to do is basically come up with a plan. So what this plan consists of is that if you're someone who's working full time, I think you have to use your time as much as possible to basically learn the materials. So if, let's say, you work 9 to 5 and you only have the afternoon to study, I would say that you dedicate at least 3 hours to learn the materials. And when it comes to learning the material, I think what you should do is that you should basically start with the materials that have the heaviest weight. You should start with those. And I think also you should do the materials where you are, let's say, with the materials that you are most unfamiliar with or where you're lacking knowledge. And I think you should use the afternoon to basically learn those materials and then use the weekends to practice as much as you can. And I suggest that you practice, let's say, from the curriculum, the end of the chapters book, from the ecosystem on the website, from the problems within the readings. And I think also if you have a very supportive manager, try to see if you can ask to leave early. So instead of like working until 5, maybe ask if you can, let's say, leave at 4 or let's say leave at 3:30 and start a little bit earlier so that, at least you have like a lot of hours to study, but also to rest, which I think is very, very important. The second tip that I have is each reading has a learning objective, and my suggestion is that you stick to the learning objective, meaning that if the learning objective is saying calculate, then you just focus on the calculation. If it's saying to describe, then you focus on the description. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you don't have enough time to go deep in the topic. So you have to see how you can learn as much as you can with the time available. So stick to the learning objective because of the limited amount of time that you have in hand right now. And the third tip that I have is, of course, to practice. But when you are practicing, I'm talking about practicing the mock exams. Start practicing those ones as early as you can. After reviewing all the materials, start practicing to see what the real life exam would look like, and do the exam as you are actually sitting on the exam. So time yourself and see if you can do the exam, complete the exam within the allocated hour, and then go over the mistakes and go over the materials that you're most unfamiliar with to revise the concept. And practice the mock exam also, not just from the one offered by the CFA Institute, but also those ones offered by other providers. Like if you can buy mock exams from other approved providers, so that you can practice as much as you can. So these are the tips that I have for you. I think that with 2 months left, I think it's still worth taking the shot. the chances is really 50-50. Like you can pass the exam, you can fail the exam, but really you're not losing anything. I think it's still worth showing up. You have paid for this exam, so why not take the chance and leave it to fate with what the outcome will be. I know people, myself, who studied for 2 months. I know those ones that have studied for a month and still managed to pass the exam. And I think if you're someone who comes from a finance background, why not take the shot? I think it's still worth trying and see what will happen. So my suggestion is still go ahead and write the exam and try to learn as much as possible with the 2 months left. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to write them in the comments below, or you can also connect with me on LinkedIn. And I will see you all next time. Bye bye.